Good morning again. Hope you all are doing well. We are in my home today again. So let's get started. It's going to be a workout. What I do need you to have, if you have it, is you'll need a chair because we're going back and forth from it for different exercises. And then we will also have your TheraBand. I do not have my TheraBand at home with me, but I have an extra tube and it will work the same way. If you do not have one, you can just do the movements without. But let's get going. Let's take a big deep breath in. And exhale down. One more big deep breath. And exhale down. Let's tap our toes, swinging our arms. Make them big, lengthen up nice and tall. Let's reach up towards the ceiling. Same arm, same leg is gonna go out to the side. Open big. Depending on your space, you can make it really big or a little bit smaller. Again, in your chair, same movement as we are when we're standing. Let's take this arm across our body, press. To begin with, I want us to try to stay squared. So our shoulders aren't moving, we're not twisting at the waist, we're just pressing across the strong arm. Let's reach up and across. Bring it straight across again this time. Add a little bit more rotation. Get that torso moving. So in our chair, I am reaching. If you want to get your vestibular system going, turn and watch that hand press across. Again, if it makes you dizzy, keep your head still. Bring it to a march. Your left leg is going to lead, standing or seated. Arms are pumping. Lengthen up through our torso. Left leg leads. We're doing a basic step. When you're ready, join me. So I step forward and back. Forward and back. I'm going to turn so you can see my legs. Pick your pace. Again, I'm on 124, which is pretty appropriate for most levels. If you need to move slower, just keep moving. We have 2 more of these. Last one, out and in. Stay with your left leg. Making pattern, out, out, in. Get these arms a little bigger if you can. Reaching up. Starting to warm up our body more. One last one. Stay in place and march. If you're in your chair, change these march to our heels only. If you're standing, just stay march, but lift those knees higher. Heels only. I'm going to get off beat here, and that's okay. I'm lifting. Nice and high up. In your chair, come only on your heels. Keep those toes flexed. Bringing back to tap. Toes are tapping in front. Both arms pushing. A lot of us, I've seen in class, and I miss your faces, but we stay here and we're small. Reach, pull back. We're going to be doing our bands. We want to warm up our chest and back, making sure we're opening up. Change this to a new things. Reach up, reach down. I tell you, you should be able to have those palms facing forward in both directions. So we rotate and pull behind. Back to a march for me. Nice and big. Arms pumping. Again, this is something I used to see in class a lot. I want the movement from our shoulders. Now your right leg is going to lead. Same pattern, basic step here. Your right leg leads. Let's begin. Forward and back. If you have the room, try to make it a big step. 3, 2, last one, out and in. If you don't get the pattern, just stay moving with me. One more, side step to the right. Step and tap, arms down. In your chair, it's still a step and tap. I'm on carpet today. I also don't have shoes on. Arms are gonna change, make them big rainbow arms. Try to lift those feet. Arms change again, feet still in a side step. Press out in front. I'm gonna try to take this lead leg and cross it over the front. So standing, taking that lead leg, crossing it over. You can have a little dip with those hips. Legs come straight in front, crisscross our arms. Not just at our wrists and down low. Be strong with them. Try to cross at the elbows, arms reaching straight out in front. Reach them up higher. Change to our toes. Arms are pushing down and across. Back to a march. Your left leg. Again, I feel like I should be mirroring you, but I can't see anybody. Your left leg here is going to be the lead. We're going to do a mambo step. Different than that basic step because your right leg is just going to stay marching in the same place. I'm going to turn so you can see. Left leg mambo, forward, back. It's a tick-tock step. There are 3 spaces on the floor. My left leg is stepping forward and back. My right leg is marching in place. Same thing in your chair. Take this mambo step to the left. So we wide, narrow. Again, right is in place. Trying to work our brain, keep this right arm moving, widen out. 2 more. Last one, side step left. Arms out in front. Whether you're standing or seated, arms out in front. Lengthen up a little bit taller. I can feel my posture slouching. If you're standing, heel curl. If you're seated, just bring this toe back a little bit more. So I'm just pulling my toe back a little bit more, getting my hamstrings. If you're standing, get that heel as close to your rear as you can. Again, another pattern building here. We need to work our brain. We're going to do single, single, double. We start here. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Little bit more balance if you're standing. If you're in your chair, same thing. I'm going to try to sit down and keep my pattern. Oop, or hit my chair. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Back to a march. Standing or in your chair, we're going to lift and touch our heels in front. Lift and touch. I'm bringing my heel up towards my knee. Let's reach our other hand up. If you're standing and you need more balance, grab a hold of something. Reach tall. Few more minutes of our cardio and warming up. Bring it down, low march. We need to do our right side of our mambo steps. This time, instead of swinging arms, imagine that you have a pair of maracas here. Right leg is going to do our mambo. So we step forward, shake high, shake low. I can push my hips back on this one. One last one. Take it to the right. So I go wide, narrow. Feet should be lifted up off the floor. One last one. Stay marching. We're going to slow it down. Hands in front, or hands at ear, lift. So options, hands, elbows, or higher elbow. Hands, elbow, or higher elbow. Get that rotation. Last one, low march. Legs back into a side step. Side step. Push across. Because what I want us to do, see us now, our toe can sneak behind us. That means we can't be all the way back in our chair doing it and there might not be enough room. Scoot farther forward. If you're standing, we tap again, behind. Lateral movements. That's one thing we're probably missing in our everyday activities if you're not coming to class or joining on here. So we want to make sure we're opening and closing those hips. Anything that crosses our center line is excellent for us. Last one, march. If you're standing, I want to open our hip flexors. We're going to tap behind, swing our arms. If you're in your chair, that's really hard to do, so just tap forward and swing. Or you can go out to the side and swing for a little bit more lateral into that forward. March, widen out, rest our legs, lengthen tall, big deep breath, and exhale down. One more big deep breath, and exhale down. Again, I'm going to be going back and forth, so if you did stand for most of that, I want you to stay standing as much as you can, but there's going to be some that you will need a chair. If you do not have a chair, you could get on the floor and try it as well. So we're going to start just opening up. So I have this band. It's going to be no different than your TheraBand. If you don't have it, we just do the movement without. Grab a hold, arms straight out in front, pull our shoulder blades back into good posture. You don't want to be pulling in this C curve. So we are tall. The wider your hands, the easier it is. Nice strong grip. With your TheraBands, you can also wrap around so you have a little bit more security. And my band's just like swinging around. Open. I know you probably don't have them here that you look at, but I guarantee a lot of you are here. Relax, arms straight, open. Breathe with it. Exhale during the work. Inhale back. Try to get the band to touch your chest. Three more. Last one. Rest it. You can just toss your band over your shoulder or put it down. We're going to move to some legs. It's going to be a four-part move. I'm going to show you in both locations if you need something to hold on to. We are going to do your right leg first. So if you're standing, your heel's in front. We are going to lift, hinge, close, heel only. So again, lift, hinge, close, down. In your chair, we lift. We open, we close, we're down. Try your best in your chair or standing to keep everything still. Besides, we lift, we hinge, we close, we're down. I have to put my hand on my leg to remind, because otherwise you can probably still see it's happening. I want to open both legs up. Again, it's my brain taking over. Unilateral movement, I just want one side. One last one. Stay still. Drop. Shake it out if you need to. Other side. Lengthen. Lift. Open. Close. Heel. Why do I want the heel? For many of you that join me in class regularly, you know we want to practice and train ourselves that when we walk, we land on our heel, not on a flat foot. So this just puts positive reinforcement into an everyday activity that we land on our heel. Last two. Last one. Back to our arms. Single arm, single arm. So if you're in your chair or standing, we're gonna have it in your right hand. You're going to step on the band. So here, depending on your chair, you might need to turn, or here, we're gonna do a bicep curl. Find your resistance. The closer you're standing to this, the more resistance you're gonna have. We're not dipping, we're tall. Curl up, back down. I know I have a handle, so I'm a little bit cheating here, but you just hold on the band up and down. You can wrap if your grip isn't good enough, but curl. Think about your core. So I encourage you, put your hand on your core, even on your side, that you don't feel like you're slouching, and you feel that it's not just your bicep working, we also have to stabilize. Again, exhale up, inhale down. Elbow does not move. Again, another common thing that I can't correct is a lot of times we want to do this. We do not want to lift. It's no shoulder movement, bicep only. One last one. Switch sides, same thing. I'm going to sit down for this one. So those who are in a chair can see. I can be straightforward or I can turn. I'm curling. And I'm turning on my fan. Good. Feel that core if you need to. Make sure you're not slouching. Make sure this arm is not moving. It's staying still. Last two. Rest it. In our chair, we're doing mini power ups. It's not all the way up. It's just a power up to keep these legs engaged and sit back down. If you're standing, we're doing squats. If you have that chair behind you, squat towards the chair. So wide stance, toe slightly turned out. Make sure we're not too narrow. Make sure our knees do not come forward. We squat. We sit back as if we're sitting into a chair, and we stand up. Try to go to that chair and back up. That does not mean I'm sitting down. Just like those power ups to those people in a chair, I want to keep those muscles engaged as long as I can. When we sit down, those muscles are no longer working. So we squat, hover over that chair, come back up to keep our quads working. Tall. Again, I'm pointing out a lot of things that I see. I see a lot of people doing this when I see squat. My legs are hardly bending. My head's coming down, but I'm not squatting. Last one. Stand tall. We're grabbing our band again. Right hand. Chair or standing. I want to make sure your band is long enough, so if this doesn't work, I can't see, but just if you can't, do it without. We step, or we're in our chair, which makes it work. Our band doesn't need to be as long, but I'm going to do an overhead press. I'm not cheating and using my handle. I'm holding. I'm raising my hand straight up. I'm not going to reach it out in front. It goes straight up. So if you don't have, just reach back down. Make it purposeful. When you come back down, if you don't have one, squeeze into our back. If you have it, we lift down. Try to stay squared. Try not to shrug. Don't overarch your back. Tall. Three. Two. Last one. Switch arms. Even ourselves out. Get it ready. Hold nice and tight. Lift. Again, without, that's fine. Be purposeful in that pull down. Shoulder stays relaxed. Breathe. Exhale, do the work. Inhale, back down. We're not worried about speed. We have two. One last one. Rest it down. I would like us all to be in a chair for this one. There's going to be a little bit of core work as well as our legs. If you do not have a chair and you're able to get on the floor, you can. Otherwise, I will show you options. It again is going to be a lift. So I'm going to lift my right leg this entire time. My goal is to keep the heel off the floor as far as I can. I press out in front, flexing my leg, keeping my leg engaged, pull it back up. So if I turn, I lift, I push, I pull, I stay tall. Try not to cheat and lean back. It takes all of the core work out of it. The higher your heel can stay. You can do the same thing. You're not gonna be able to see me on the floor. On the floor, just sitting down and trying to lift and push, it's gonna be a little bit harder. It's gonna work the core. If you have no other option standing, you can be here. But again, we lose a little bit more of the core work the higher up we get. Let's do 2. Last one. No matter where we are, keep it out, circle your ankle. You're standing, like to touch that, I'm not touching anything. We circle, switch directions. Rest it, drop it down, other thing. Lift again, lift our leg, keep it up. You need to remind yourself to keep it up. Pull it in for a minute, push it out, pull it back in. Stay tall. Keep your heel lifted. Keep your toe flexed and pulled back. If you want to make sure that leg is working, put your hand on your thigh. You should feel your quad engaged. Last 2. Last 1. Rest it down. Grab our band again. We're going to work our, actually row. You can be seated or in a chair. We're going to do one arm and row again because I think that our bands are not going to be long enough. You're in your chair, put it slightly out in front of you, put your foot in it. We're going to hinge forward, we're going to row. If you're standing, same thing, foot forward, hinge forward. Make sure we have a flat back, not a rounded back, and row. You can do opposite arm if that makes you feel and have a little bit more support. I like that much better. In a chair, it's a little bit harder, so I sit up out of that chair. But we're not opening up. Starting a lawnmower. One more. Switch sides. So I'm going to go into my chair to show. It can be opposite. I think it's easier to same arm, same leg in your chair. You can adjust as much resistance as you want and pull. The goal, elbow comes up behind our back. We squeeze. We have 2. I lifted 3 fingers, and I said 2. Rest it. Working our chest. Take the spare band. If you don't have one, you do a movement without. Wrap it around our back and underneath. Then you're going to grab a hold. From here, nice tall posture. Grab a hold, press forward and back. The closer you grab to your chest, the more resistance you're going to have. The farther apart it is, the less resistance. Stay tall. Exhale, inhale. Straight out in front. I don't want this V shape. Straight. Last 2. And one more arms exercise with this. And we're going to do just a few core exercises in our chair and we'll stretch. Again, if you can do it on the floor, you can do the core work on the floor, but I want us to grab palms facing up, elbows nice and tight to our body. This is not going to be a big movement, it's external rotation. Grab a hold, try to pull apart. Notice, my elbows are not leaving my side. External rotation, external rotation. My movement is really this. I know it looks like my elbows maybe move, it's just because my arms up here are too big, but I'm just rotating out with extra resistance. So without, it's a squeeze. With, it's a squeeze. Exhale. Do not let that chin jet forward. Pull it back. Last one. Rest it. Bands are down. Let's have a seat in our chair or on the floor for core work. And if you can get on the floor for core work, you pretty much know these are pretty basic core exercises that we do a lot, so you would know what they are. We're just gonna do 2 of them. We're gonna do crunches and we're gonna do Russian twists. So if we're doing crunches, if you're on your floor, you're on your back, you're nice and long, your chin is tucked underneath and you're staring at the ceiling. For us on our chair, our hips are all the way at the front, so I have lots of room to lean back on. Feet are planted flat. You can cross your arms can be out in front. Your choice. Out in front's a little bit easier, but we're gonna lean back. I'm gonna hover from touching the back. My core is pulled in, and then I crunch all the way forward. Elbows can be lifted here, which just doesn't give us as much counterbalance, or all the way to our chest. So we lean back, we engage, we crunch forward. Try to think about your core doing the work, not your hip flexors. Hold down. When you get to this back position, as long as we're straight and our chin is lifted, you should get a little fluttery feeling like you're shaking, coming back in. What I want you to be aware of, though, is pay attention to your core. If you're leaning back and all of this muscle is bulging out in front, don't lean back quite as far. We want to protect your belly as well. Breathing is your friend here. Inhale back, exhale back forward. We have 4. Notice, chin stays lifted. I stay long. I believe I have 1 more left. Wonderful. Come back up. If you're on the floor, you're going to be in a seated position, rear down, feet flat. If you're here, again, feet can be flat. We hold this imaginary wall that we have. We're still at the front of our chair because we're going to lean back. Not as far, just enough that we engage those muscles. From here, we twist. I stay on that ball right and left. You want to make it harder? You can give an option, and you can twist and switch legs, or you can lift your legs up the entire time and twist from right to left. Again, if we do either of those options, you should not be leaning against the back of the chair doing it. We want to engage our obliques, so that's why we're twisting. Be twisting for me, a few more. Come back up. Shake it out. Hopefully you feel pretty good. I think we're close to our half an hour mark, so we're going to do some stretching. If we're in our chair, we're stretching our quads first. We're going to turn. We're going to drop your outside knee down, tuck your tailbone, your toes curled underneath, and you stretch your quads. If you're standing, if you can grab a hold of it, pull your heel into it, or you have a wall or something, you place your foot and press forward. We're trying to lengthen the muscle all the way to the front of our hip down to our knee. Your choice where you are. They all work wonderfully. If you're still on the floor, you can roll onto a side and grab and pull in. Let's switch to our other side. Same thing. I know I have black socks on too, so it's hard to see, but tuck, curl, lengthen nice and tall. Let's bring this up. Stretching the back of our legs, our hamstrings. Right leg is gonna come out. Heel is dug down to the floor. Hands on your left leg, tall through our spine, so we retract our shoulder blades and hinge forward. You're standing. Same movement. I feel that most of us, because balance was taken out of it, if you have a chair, do it in a chair, you're gonna get a better stretch. Just make sure you don't drop and you look that you stay tall. I'll hold for a few more seconds. If you're feeling a little bit extra low back, glute, hamstring pain, tightness, make sure you just add this. 20 seconds. Every morning, 20 seconds every evening on each leg can make a big difference in how you feel, especially if you hold a lot of stress and tightness in that low back. The tighter your hamstrings are, it pulls that pelvis down, which can add a lot of low back pain. Come back up, hip stretch. Right ankle over your left ankle, knee pops out to the side, or if you're a little bit more flexible in the hips, you can come up. You can still do this in a standing position. Again, you'll just need a lot more balance to do it. And then we hinge. The goal is to get this leg as flat as we can. That does not mean we push it. We just want to make sure this whole right hip feels like it's trying to open up. Same thing, chin is not tucked. We are lifted, and it is just movement from the waist, not in through our mid-back. Come up and we'll switch. Cross over. This works just as well. Or if we are more flexible, we can come up. I know that we continue to say this, but if there are things that you would like to see that you are not getting, if there's things that you would like for us to try to offer, again, to a wide spectrum of people, please let me know. We can try to incorporate things into our workout. I can't wait for the day that we can be back together and I get to see all of you, but until then, this will just have to do. Let's drop this down. More twisting, feet are planted. You're gonna look over our right shoulder, hands on our leg, on the arm of the chair, the back of the chair. Twist with our waist, let our head follow. Other way. Twist with our waist, then let our head follow. We wanna turn like you're looking behind you. Back to center we come, nice and tall, right arm across. Left arm grabs underneath at the elbow, pulls in, relax your shoulder down. If you find that you're struggling, you've lost your neck, relax it down. Let's just open and close as big as we can. I like to say every once in a while, don't forget about your thumb, tuck it up underneath. So not necessarily every time. Switch arms. Strong across, pull in, relax down, open and close. Release it. Right arm up and over, pat yourself on the back, chin stays lifted. You can push, you can pull. Just for the fun of it, release. I can't see it, but reach behind. See how close these fingertips can get. A lot of you know where you normally are, so if you used to be able to touch and now you're not, that can tell a lot about the lack of flexibility that you've been doing. Let's reach up, or maybe you can do better. Who knows? Again, reach behind. We usually have one arm that works a little bit better than the other with this. Release it. Hands interlace, thumbs point down. Now you can round. Drop your chin. Extend as far out from you as you can. You can take your head, yes and no. Lengthen up nice and tall. Hands can stay together. They can come apart and grab. Lean to our right. I like to have my right hand grab my left wrist and pull a little bit more. It gets more of a stretch to the side of the body. Arms should not be out in front. Your head should be able to ping pong in between the biceps. Back up. I'll then grab and switch the other way. Up we go. Arms drop down. Roll our shoulders. Big circles back. It's okay if we get a little bit grinding action. It just probably tells us that we're holding a little bit of tension there. Shoulders back and relaxed. Right ear, drop towards your right shoulder. Left hand, thumb pointing up, out to the side. I like to pull it a little bit farther back. Out front, I'm not getting the stretch to the top of my shoulders. I pull it back, I really feel it. Again, relax and down. Switch to our other side. Rest our arms, drop our chin to our chest. Make sure we're tucked. We're not hanging and putting an extra stress. We tuck and drop. Keeping our chin down, head gently rolls from right to left. I say if you find spots of stickiness, which most of us probably have some, roll on that a little bit more, but never lifting your chin up. When you're ready, let's come back up to center, nice and tall. 2 deepest breaths you've taken today. Breathe in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. 1 more. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Thank you for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed the workout. Again, I love feedback. I love hearing from you, whether it's good or bad or just to say hello. I miss a lot of your faces. And I'm happy to hear that there are some people joining us that don't normally come to class. So I'd love to hear from all of you. Have a great day. Bye.